So today we're going to talk about the new modified SX70 camera that I mentioned in my previous video done by Dennis at Chromatic.Parts, and we're going to talk about how you use iType film in this particular camera. So as most of you know, the SX70 type cameras, traditionally speaking, had a battery built into the pack that powers the camera. But now the Polaroid has come out with the iType film, I want to have the ability of shooting any film I want in this camera. So as I said before, I can shoot regular 600 speed film in this camera. The battery power runs it perfectly. If I want to use iType film, Dennis has created this amazing little bar called the Powerbar that fits right in the top of the camera, and it provides the necessary power to run the iType film. Now, a few things to know about the Powerbar. First thing, you have to use rechargeable batteries in this device, and it's designed for 10440 rechargeable batteries. I found them a little difficult to source. There's very specific requirements in terms of the power, the discharge rate, all that's necessary. So I found them on Amazon. I found a set that works perfect. And I'll put a link in the description. If you have the Powerbar, these batteries work perfectly. The ones that I found are made by, they're 3.7 volt. They're made by a company called PK Cell. You can see that right there, PK Cell. And they're not expensive at all. I bought a really simple universal charger for it, and they seem to charge in about 30 minutes. The pack itself, the back door is held on by magnets, and it takes 2 batteries. Very important, make sure the batteries go in the proper orientation. Otherwise, you can damage the power bar. It's really important they go in the proper orientation. Now, this is the newest, latest, greatest version of the power bar. And one thing that I really like about it is on the top, it has the ability to support a flash. Dennis recommends the flash by Mint, the Mint flash bar. And it literally just plugs right into the top like that. You plug this in your camera and you can use the flash bar perfectly. So a flash bar like this with this camera is, once again, a really great setup. So the order in which you use this is important. When I'm going to insert the film, I open the door, take my iType film. You can see there's no batteries on the bottom. I put it in the camera and just push it in all the way. One thing I like is Dennis has modified the springs and everything on the inside of the camera to easily accept the iType film. This is not true for all modifications that I've seen. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna push up the door. Then once I have the film in the camera, I take the power bar. It's in the off position right now. I put it on top of the camera and I turn it on. Then I take one picture. It ejects the dark slide. I had my camera's frame counter modified to count down from 8, which is the current number of sheets that are available in Polaroid film. At this point, I just take the pictures like normal. I look through, I focus, and I shoot, let my pictures process, and when I'm done, I turn the power bar off, take it off, and close the camera. I can leave the power bar on the camera in the off position if I want. Just don't leave it folded on the camera in the power on position. That's not good. It's going to drain the batteries. Another important thing is never use the power bar when you have 600 speed film loaded in the camera that has the built-in battery. You don't want to have battery on battery. It's really bad. So just be aware of what film you have. Additionally, when I open the camera back up, if I'm going to reattach the power bar, once again, I make sure it's in the off position. I just plug it in, turn it on, and I'm ready to shoot. When you finish the complete pack of film, you've gone through all 8 shots, turn the power bar off, take it off, and then take the film out of the camera. You want to make sure you have that power bar off when you take the film out of the camera. It's all about sequencing. So once again, if I'm starting out with the camera, I load the fresh pack of film, I take the power bar, I put it on, it's in the off position, I press the button, it ejects the dark slide, I just shoot like normal. When my final shot is done, I turn the power bar off, take it off the camera, and then remove the film. Besides for that, it works just like your standard SX70. Now, for me, 90% of the time, I'll probably use the battery version of the 600 speed film just because I find it convenient. However, I find that a lot of the places that I'm traveling to now, iType film is a little bit easier to get. So it's nice to have the ability to shoot not only the regular 600 speed film, SX70 film, but also the iType film, and literally my favorite camera. Thank you very much for listening. Now go shoot some film.